Businesses employ workers from city neighborhoods and rural areas. These workers are perfect substitutes and cannot relocate in the short run. The government offers businesses a wage subsidy if they hire workers from city neighborhoods. What is the effect of the subsidy on the wage rate of rural workers and on the total hours they work? So in this case, we're given the situation where there are two types of workers, city workers and rural workers. These workers are perfect substitutes and they cannot relocate in the short run. And we're told that the government offers businesses a wage subsidy, which is simply a grant for money, if they hire more workers from city neighborhoods. What is the effect of the subsidy on the wage rate of rural workers and on the total hours they work? So, obviously the wage rate of the rural workers won't increase because it's more efficient or effective, profit maximizing, if the businesses hire more of these city workers than rural workers. So they'd obviously want to decrease the wage rate of rural workers, so they'd be getting lower wages. And because of this, they'd also want to fire some of the workers, so the total hours they'd work would also decrease. Therefore, the wage rate and the hours the rural workers would work would both decrease. So let's look at the answer choices. Answer choice A says the wage rate would increase and the total hours would decrease. This is incorrect because the company would definitely not increase the wage rate of the rural workers because they'd prefer city workers over rural workers. Therefore, A is incorrect. B. No change in wage rate of rural workers and increase in total hours worked. This is incorrect because the wage rate would definitely decrease because the company would prefer city workers over rural workers, so they'd decrease the wage to hire less, and they'd because they're hiring less, the total hours worked would decrease, not increase. So B is incorrect. C. No change in wage rate and decrease in total hours. So this decrease in total hours is correct, but no change is incorrect because they decreased wages so that they would be able to hire more. They hire less rural workers and more of city workers. So C is incorrect. D. Decrease wage rate and decrease total hours. This seems to be the correct answer because as before we highlighted that the wage rate of rural workers will decrease because the company would hire more city workers, and they do this by firing rural workers and decreasing their wage rate, and then they would be working for less hours. So overall, D seems to be the correct answer. E. Decreased wage rate, no change in total hours worked. This is incorrect because although the wage rate would decrease, the total hours worked would also decrease because they'd be hiring less rural workers and firing some of them. So E is incorrect, and the correct answer is D.